And a very good evening to you. I'm Tyler Peterson, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of Vibes Baseball live on YouTube. Bienvenidos y buenos tardes. We are live from Colorado Springs, Colorado, once again as the Vibes prepare to take on the Chukars in Game 2 of this 6-game series against Idaho Falls, live from UC Health Park. Well, one thing is on the mind of these Vibes players: breaking this losing streak. They will look to do that tonight with Jesus Rios on the mound, going for his first win of the season. We'll have lineups and first pitch for you. This is Game 13 of the season, and we'll be back right after a short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to UC Health Park. Tyler Peterson live from beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's in the name, folks. Our lineups are here. They were just exchanged at home plate. Here's how both teams line up tonight. First, for the visiting Idaho Falls Chukars under Billy Gardner Jr., it'll be Steve Barmakian, the left fielder, leading things off, followed by Matt Feinstein in center field. Hunter Hiskey, the first baseman, bats third, followed by Brady West, the DH. Dusty Stroop at third, he bats fifth. Sam Troyer, the second baseman, bats sixth. Kevin Elefante, the catcher, bats seventh. Eric Callahan, the shortstop, bats eighth. Rick Phillips in right field, he bats ninth. On the mound, it's a former UCCS Mountain Lion, Daniel Silva, will pitch for Idaho Falls. As for your hometown vibes, they're coming out as we speak. It's Brandon Perez, the shortstop, leading things off with Gio Diaz in right field batting second. Dominic Hernandez in left batting third. Ulysses Cantu at second for the second straight night. He will clean up. Dallas Binder at third batting fifth. Miguel Tejada Jr., the DH, batting sixth. Joshua Esparza, the center fielder, bats seventh. Paul Carreño at first base, he bats eighth in a spot start for Caleb Marquez, who had to come out of last night's game. And Jesus Rabago, who was left on the bench last night, he will start tonight. He will catch, and he will bat ninth. On the mound for the Rocky Mountain Vibes, it's Jesus Rios. That lineup card written out by manager Francisco Cabrera. And now it's almost time for our national anthem, so we are going to send it down to the field where Jessica Patterson will sing tonight's rendition of the Star Spangled Banner.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 Rocky Mountain Vibes. Taking the field with the team tonight is Academy LL Rookie Rockies and Majestic 12U team. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please rise and kindly remove your caps as we honor the United States with our national anthem. Performing our national anthem today is Jessica Patterson.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged tiger, the most thirsty gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nicely done, Jessica Patterson. Thank you so much for that national anthem. Well, it's been a tough go of the Vibes recently. They've been trying to break this losing streak, which now is extended to 10 games. And this will happen from time to time in baseball. No team is exempt. You look what's happening right now in LA with the Angels. They've lost 13 in a row. They let go of their former World Series champion manager, Joe Madden. So These sort of streaks happen from time to time, but as in baseball, you play it game by game. So the Vibes will look to get back into the win column tonight. Jesus Rios on the mound, making his 4th start. He has not gone past 3 innings of any of his starts. He is 0-3. He has showed decent stuff. It's just a matter of putting it all together. 20 years old from Mazatlan, Mexico, 6'1", 211. Made his debut on opening night. He is the Vibes' opening night starter. There's play ball, and we are now ready to go. 70 degrees here at UC Health Park. Slightly cooler from yesterday, and we've got wind as we had last night. Skies are clear, though, which is always a good sign. The defense for the Vibes tonight, it's Hernandez in left, Esparza in center, Diaz in right. Around the diamond from third to first, Binder, Perez, Cantu, and Carreño, with Jesus Rabago behind home plate and Jesus Rios on the mound. One note, our lower high home cam is got some gremlins tonight, so we may be without the lower high home cam for a time, and we apologize for that. We will try to get that fixed as soon as possible. Hopefully we'll have it back for tonight's game at some point. If not, we'll have it ready for tomorrow. Steve Barmakian stands in, and we are just about ready to go. Last night we had first pitch at 6:33. Today's first pitch, a strike at 6:34. Chukars won by the score of 17-9 last night. The Vibes at one point were down 13. Then they scored 8 runs to pull within 4. This is hit down the left field line, but foul. I should correct myself. The Vibes were down 12 runs and then got it to 4. It was a 13-1 score at the time. Barmakian 0-2 count. A ground ball over Rios, charging his Cantu, picks up on the low hop, throws. Not in time. They're going to say Carreño came off the bag. That's going to be a single. So Barmakian able to get on at the top of this Chukars lineup. And now here's Matt Feinstein. Close play. You could see Carreño came off the bag. The question was, did he catch the ball before he came off the bag? Carreño certainly thinks that he was able to do so. Leadoff man on for Idaho Falls. First pitch to Matt Feinstein, down low. Matt Feinstein batting .375, 4 home runs and 8 RBI. Barmakian with 4 bases swiped. Chukars still have not been caught on the base paths this year, 24 for 24, which is pretty incredible. Strike 1 to Feinstein. 116 RBI in the Pioneer League last year for Feinstein. And as you might imagine, that was also an Idaho Falls record he set, beating out former Chukar Billy Butler, who was his hitting coach last year and is still the hitting coach in Idaho Falls, as far as I know. Just started our ball game, top of the first, no score. Steve Barmakian, the leadoff man, on at first, with Matt Feinstein at the plate. It's a 2-1 count to Feinstein. There's strike 2. Two. This is popped up. This will get into center field. Who wants it? Perez says he wants it. He's drifting. He makes the catch. Good job by Perez to stay through it. And that's a pop out. And there's one away.
First baseman, number 33, Hunter Hiskey.
Again, we're going to get tough sun. For about the first 3 innings here until the sun able to set behind the facade of the stadium. Strike 1 to Hunter Hiskey. Last night was 2 for 5. He drove in 3 Chukars. And the scoring efficiency continues for Idaho Falls. 110 runs, 108 RBI. There's a nice fastball from Rios on the inside. Ground ball to Cantu. This could be 2. He's going to boot it. And that's going to be an error on the second baseman. E4. And that's a shame because you think you're going to get at least 1 there. But unfortunately, they get none. They could have had 2. Two men on now for Brady West, who leads this team in hitting at .432. 16 hits in 37 at-bats. This is in the dirt. Rabago doesn't know where it is, and that's a wild pitch. So all of a sudden, this is starting to balloon a little bit on Rios, and it's really not all his fault. 3 weak ground balls. Or 2 weak ground balls and a weak pop-up, I should say. The infield will come in. And that's down low. Brady West caught last night. He'll be the designated hitter today, so a half day off for West. 3 for 5, 3 runs, 3 RBI. Ooh, and Rabago just able to get a handle on that one. That would have been a run otherwise. Second and third for Idaho Falls. One away here in the top of the first. Infield is in. The 3-0 to West. He swings, hits this to left, but he's going to hit this out of play. We thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday night. (3-1) is swung on and missed. Fastball at 93 from Rios, and that's some good action. West too late on that one. The count runs full. This is absolutely a strikeout situation for Jesus Rios. Some good running action on that last fastball. Let's see if Rabago goes back to it. He went to the fastball, but it was down low. And the bases will be loaded for Dusty Stroop. Stroop hit a home run yesterday that bounced right on top of that left field wall and bounced out. He was 3 for 6 altogether, scored twice, brought 2 in on the home run. He bats with the bases loaded and 1 away. First pitch to Stroop, swing and a miss. Nice changeup there from Rios. We've discussed on this broadcast, when myself and Don were talking yesterday, about how to avoid the big innings right now for Rocky Mountain. This is a situation where you take a run for an out. If you get Stroop to hit a fly ball, that's a nice pitch on the outside, and it's a quick 0-2 to Stroop. I think Rios will still feel good about himself if he's able to get out of here with just allowing 1 run. The 0-2 in the dirt. Stroop plays off. One and 2 to Stroop. Swing and a miss. It gets away from Rabago. The throw home gets away from Rios, and it goes into the Vibes dugout. Now, Stroop cannot take first. He is out. But 2 runs will score. It's going to be a strikeout, a wild pitch, and an error. So runner at third, 2 runs score. It's 2-0 Idaho Falls. And this is Kevin Elefante. And this gets to the backstop. And here comes run number 3. And it's 3-0 Idaho Falls. And this... Well, it's not the way Idaho Falls has scored runs this year. We've talked about the RBI to run ratio. They scored 3 runs there without bringing anyone in on an RBI. And their previous high for the whole season, for the entire season, they've only allowed 2 men to come in when they haven't hit them in. So it's not their MO, but it pays off. It's 3-0. It was Barmakian who scored on the wild pitch, Hiskey who scored on the E2, and West who eventually came around to score on the wild pitch. This is to right. In is Diaz. Out is Carreño. It's Carreño who makes the catch. That was a little scary, but the inning is over. 3 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, and no men left on base. We go to the bottom of the first, 3-0 Chukars. Welcome back to the bottom of the first inning. So as it is, due to the errors and how we're supposed to reconstruct the inning without the errors, all 3 runs are unearned for Jesus Rios. Pitch to Perez. Swing and a miss. Daniel Silva on the mound for Idaho Falls. His 3rd start of the season. He's 0-1. Big-time player for UC Colorado Springs. Ground ball foul. Pitched for the Mountain Lions last year. 2 types of fastball, cutter and curveball. A 3 spot for Idaho Falls in the first. And that's strike 3 on Perez. And Perez, he's telling Gary Chukars, the home plate umpire, that was low. Chukars behind the plate. William Berger, last night's home plate umpire over at first, and Cody Allenbrand, the third base umpire. Here's Gio Diaz. Defense for Idaho Falls, Barmakian in left, Feinstein in center, Phillips in right, around the diamond third to first. It's Stroop, Callahan, Troyer, Hiskey. Behind the plate is Elefante. On the mound is Silva, and there's a line drive off the glove of Hunter Hiskey. That's going to be a single. So Diaz's hot hitting continues. And he is on with 1 out of the inning in front of Dominique Hernandez, who had 4 RBI last night. First pitch to Hernandez. That's a good curveball from Silva. It's a slow one. It's at 69 miles an hour. Diaz at first. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. There goes Diaz. A swing and a miss. The hit and run unsuccessful. The steal unsuccessful. Caught stealing 2-4. You could see Hernandez bring the hands and try to get a piece of it, but Elefante throws out Diaz. Now there's 2 away. It was a perfect throw. Now 0-2 on Hernandez. He rips this foul down the left field line. Swing and miss by Hernandez. He strikes out swinging, and the inning is over. We head to the top of inning number 2. 3-0 Chukars. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Top of inning number 2. Welcome back inside UC Health Park. Tyler Peterson live on YouTube with you, our viewers. We thank you for tuning back in for the 13th game of the season of Vibes Baseball and the 8th home game of 48. Bottom of the order for Idaho Falls, Kevin Elefante, Eric Callahan, and Rick Phillips. First 3 men to come to the plate against Jesus Rios. Fastball called strike 1. Some tough luck for Rios. He didn't throw all that badly in the first. 3 unearned runs. There were 2 wild pitches. Actually, there were 3 wild pitches in that inning by Rios. 2 errors. He only allowed 1 hit, but 3 men came in. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Too late for Elefante. As I said last night, I'd like to work some Spanish into these broadcasts. Elefante, of course, Spanish for giraffe. 1-2. That's high. Infield back. Outfield about medium depth. Diaz in right is playing in the shadows of the picnic terrace. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 92. Rios' second strikeout.
Shortstop, number 26, Eric Callahan.
That fastball was center cut, just could not catch up to it. Now here's Eric Callahan. One for 6 last night for Callahan. He swings and fouls it back. And for those of you of the right age, there was a SpongeBob reference that I snuck into that Elefante joke, if you want to call it that. I'm all alone tonight. It's just you and me. Don Arcuri, not part of the broadcast tonight. That was the 31st pitch for Rios. Vibes would love to see him settle down here, get through the second and the third, and have him pitch into the fourth. This is fouled away. Heads up press box, just above a window down where our PA man Jake Ross sits and Gideon, our audio guy. There is a window that was broken last week, and I think it hit right above that broken window. Careful, Eric. You might have to pay for that one if you break it. That's in the dirt. Eric Callahan, 6 feet tall, 200 from Columbus, Ohio. Just signed by Idaho Falls this offseason. First year in the Pioneer League. Swing, and this is nubbed out toward right field, but foul. Eric Callahan played 4 seasons at Millersville University. I've not heard of Millersville before. Played in 211 college games in his career. Just inside and low, 3-2. Of course, now with the COVID year everyone gets, we see guys playing 5 years, and if you redshirt, sometimes 6 years of college now. 3-2. Half swing, does he go? What's the call? No, says the first base umpire. Well, if you're going to sell it, that was a really, really good sell by Rabago and Rios, and they almost got away with it. You might as well go through the whole routine, and maybe he went, maybe he didn't. It's tough to say, but first base umpire Bill Berger said no. And his opinion is the one that ultimately counts on the field. So it's a walk, and here's Rick Phillips. Calvin Estrada, who was injured in the first inning of last night's game, he's going to be out for a few days. Phillips came in and performed admirably after he left. Took a 1 for 4, but drove in 2, scored 2 runs, swings and fouls it away. Got to be ready as a ball player. Look at the vibes yesterday. We had both Rosales and Carreño pulled off the bench, called into duty. Ader went 1 for 2 with a run, part of one of those big 4-run innings the Vibes had yesterday. Phillips to right, but well foul. Top of the order, Steve Barmankian on deck. One-two count. Phillips takes strike. 3 called. Okay. I got to say, Gary Chachowski doesn't have exactly the ring 'em up I was looking for on that. It's strike 3 for Phillips, and it's a 3rd strikeout for Rios. Usually it's a little bit something more theatrical or ostentatious. That was just a simple point, as if it was strike 1. 2-away now for Barmakian. First pitch, fouled down the left field line. Sometimes it seems that Steve Barmakian is playing with a bat with a fat, kind of flat ping pong head. Sort of just like serves backhands out to left field sometimes. It's inside. Phillips on a delayed steal. The throw is into center field. It's a steal for Rick Phillips. I don't know if that was by design, but if Phillips called that on his own, it was a great call, because you never, ever see delayed steals these days. He took a huge secondary. The pitch was thrown, and then he took off. Rabago noticed, and Brandon Perez was late getting over. The delayed steal works. This is hit out to left. Back is Hernandez toward the Chukars bullpen and out of play. One and 2 on Steve Barmakian. Top of 2, 3-0 Chukars. All of their runs came in the first, unearned. 2 on wild pitches, 1 on an error by the catcher. And all with 2 outs. The 1-2, fastball hits the center field. That's going to get down. They're going to send Phillips round third. It's an RBI single for Barmakian. And the Chukars are able to score in back-to-back innings. It's 4-0. So Rios was one pitch from getting out of the inning. Fastball at 93, and Barmakian able to fight it off. Now Feinstein, who popped way high in the air and forced Brandon Perez to chase the ball from his normal spot almost all the way to where Cantu is playing at second. He hits this to center. It's fairly deep. Esparza turning around now. Drifting to his left. He makes the catch. The inning is over. So 1 run on 1 hit for Idaho Falls. There were no errors, and they left 1 man on base. We head to the bottom of the second. 4-0 Chukars. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. And welcome back inside the broadcast booth here at UC Health Park. I'm Tyler Peterson. It's the bottom of the second inning. It's 4-0 Idaho Falls over Rocky Mountain. Cantu, Binder, and Tejada, the first 3 Vibes to face Daniel Silva. First pitch to the Vibes' second baseman on its way, and it's high. Ulysses Cantu, he's 24 years old, from Fort Worth, Texas, and he's the kind of guy the Pioneer League was built for. Swings and fouls this one. Spent a long time in the Cleveland Indians organization, now Cleveland Guardians. He was never a Guardian himself. Started out in the Arizona Rookie League of the Indians. Drafted pretty high, the 6th round of the 2016 draft. When you're in the top 10 rounds, you're a guy that your club has high hopes for you. 1-1 is swung on and missed through the high fastball. One and 2 to Cantu, leading off the bottom of inning number 2. Good take that time on the breaking ball. Now 2 and 2. Nice take again. That'll run the count full to Cantu. Payoff pitch. Cantu swings, hits this high. He hits this deep. He hits this Not quite out of here. The left fielder Barmakian couldn't see it. Cantu's headed for third. The relay throw is in time, and Luani Sanchez is incensed. Boy, it had the makings of a home run. It just was not quite deep enough. That's a double. And he is thrown out at third, 7 to 6 to 5. First pitch is a strike. That's high. That one has to go in the filing cabinet of tough luck. When you say a guy just got under one, he just got under that. I mean, it was a little tough to see from the broadcast, but that landed almost at a 90-degree angle onto that warning track. I was watching Barmakian. He thought the ball was gone, and then he must have heard it bounce right next to him. But here we go again with what we were saying. The sun right now is playing the left side of the field very, very tough. Cantu is about maybe 3 feet away from his third home run. Strike three. There's a little bit more of an emphatic call from Gary Chachowski. It's the third strikeout for Silva. Now here's, should we call him Little Miggy? Miguel Tejada Jr. Oh for 4 last night against Idaho Falls. The DH is Tejada. Takes that inside for strike one. Tejada disagreed with a couple calls last night, struck out a few times. Swings and misses there on the breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Two away in the inning. Although it's hard to imagine that the inning has ended up like this after how it started. That's fouled. The Vibes get their second hit, but that hitter, when he became a runner, was thrown out on the base paths. Now 0-2. Tejada stays alive. Look out, folks. That one came in pretty sharply. It almost hit Toasty on the concourse. Now, if it hits the marshmallow body, I'd have to imagine he'd be okay, but you got to watch the graham crackers. Baseball could do good damage to those. Another 0-2. That's strike three called. The inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Vibes. We head to the top of inning number 3. It's 4-0 Idaho Falls. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to the top of the third inning. It's 4-0 Idaho Falls. Tyler Peterson inside our press box here at UC Health Park, and we are now joined by some very special guests on our celebrity third inning. 3 special guests, in fact, as Hunter Hiskey hits this out to right field. Catching is Diaz, and there's one away. I'm joined by Tommy Evans, the Donor Development Coordinator for the National Mill Dog Rescue, and Joni Williams, the Volunteer and Events Coordinator, also for National Mill Dog Rescue. And who is this third person?
This is
Not quite a person, but...
Yeah, our little 4-legged furry friend is Scarlett. And she is a little she's a little Anatolian shepherd, and her name is Scarlett.
She's gorgeous. How old is she?
She's just a puppy. She is about almost 3 months old now.
I would love to do an interview with just her.
Oh, yeah. She's got some questions. I speak fluent Anatolian Shepherd, so if there's anything you want to ask her, I would love to relay the message.
This is Brady West out to left field. Hernandez got a late break. It's off the wall. West into second with a double. I'll start with you, Joni, because you have the mic in your hand. Your group is out here tonight tabling. Let us know a little bit more about National Mill Dog Rescue. It's in the name a little bit, but you're a local group, I understand?
We are. We are just outside in Peyton, and we rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome discarded breeding dogs. So we specifically rescue from large breeding facilities and give these kiddos of all ages and all sizes a safe home, a better home, a home they deserve.
Well, I got to say, I was running around earlier today. I walked in my press box, and I saw about 10 dogs. And, of course, whenever you see about 10 dogs running around, you got to drop what you're doing and just go say hi to the dogs.
Exactly. This is why at my job I'm productive about 23% of the time while I'm at the rescue, because there's always these little creatures distracting me because they're pure perfection.
I mean, I'm just looking into her eyes, the dog's eyes, and I don't even want to watch the game anymore.
No, I know. And then this is how they get whatever they want from us as well. We have entire cupboards dedicated to treats.
Sounds like a pretty good spot for them, but I know you try to rehouse these folks with nice folks. For anyone interested in adopting, what's the easiest way to find your organization?
Great. So if you go to NMDR for nationalmilldogrescue.org, you can do an application online. And once you go through the process, you will be able to be approved for a year. We rescue over 100 dogs each month. And so there's always different sizes, different ages, and perfection for whatever you're looking for, whether you're looking for a good family dog or looking for a good hiker dog. We're going to have all of those babies for you.
Hernandez not able to corral that fly ball, and more issues with the sun, as we've seen. The left fielder not able to make the play. 2 men on, 1 man out, with Sam Troyer standing at the dish.
I feel like we could maybe even use some of those Huskies out there to catch some of those balls.
I think, honestly, is there a Beethoven movie where they take the field, Air Bud? Is there one of those where they take the field as baseball players?
Yes. I actually like the dog buddy, the different buddies. I know exactly what you're talking about. They're like the little puppies, and they go out, and they have little voices.
This is popped way up in the air. In is Hernandez, out is Perez. It's Hernandez squeezing it this time for the second out of the inning. What is the application process that goes into taking one of these guys home? Because, I mean, I'm tempted now.
I know.
So if I wanted to take, for example, her home tonight, what would I have to do?
You would go online, you would fill out an application. From there, we would touch base with you through a phone interview to just let you know a little bit about our dogs and figure out what you're looking for so we can find you a best fit. Then we get you in to do a meet and greet. In addition to that, if you have any other dogs in the home, they can come in. So you're looking for a good fit for the whole family. And you can do some meet and greets with different dogs. And then once you find one that's going to be your next furry family member, then we make sure we put that dog on hold for you and get it all the veterinary care it needs for he or she goes home to you.
2 outs in the inning. Kevin Elefante at the plate. He takes high for ball 1. We're speaking with Tommy Evans and Joni Williams of National Mill Dog Rescue. And Tommy, if I could ask you a question now. If folks want to donate to your cause, or what kind of donations are accepted, and how do they reach out?
Well, thank you for having us. We're really happy to be here. There are plenty of ways people can get involved and can donate. If it's just a direct donation, there are several different avenues on our website. We are happy to take any amount of money that anyone has to share. We have monthly opportunities. We have one time. We have the ability to fund one of our rescues where we go out and bring the dogs back. We have just any sort of donation that anyone wants to give us. We are more than happy to take, and we appreciate everything that people share with us. We have different programs, and all of that information is on our website, and I am available to talk to anyone who has any questions or comments or concerns about any of the work that we do.
Well, that's fantastic. So with your center, how many dogs do you take in at any one time? Maybe that might be a question for Joni.
Yeah, so we actually just had a little over 160. Our space is actually very large, so it's very nice that we're out in that open space so we can keep growing. But we rescue over 100 dogs a month. We adopt out anywhere from 60 to 100 a month. And then we work with other rescues that are in need of some dogs, because if we're full and we need to do some more rescuing, then we can transfer some of our babies into these other organizations that help us out and get back on the road and get some more kids coming back.
Now, when you say you rescue 100 dogs a month, what is the scope of where those dogs are coming from?
That's a great question. So anywhere where what happens is mills that are in a large facility are governed under the Department of Agriculture. So what they're doing is legal. So what happens is in the Midwest, that's where we find a lot of them. And so what we can at least do is, before they once they're willing to or not find them profitable anymore, I guess I should say, and want to dispose of them, that's when we come in and we'll take whoever, whenever, wherever, and find them the most perfect babies. First perfect home, I guess I should say.
This is another wild pitch. It gets all the way to the backstop, and scoring is another run. That is going to be unearned. And it's 5-0 Idaho Falls. We're speaking with Tommy Evans and Joni Williams of National Mill Dog Rescue and
Scarlet.
And Scarlet. I wanted to say Stella, but I knew that was wrong.
You were close.
Scarlet, who is still 1 year old.
Not quite.
Not quite
so
1 year old.
She's still about 3 to 4 months is what we think.
Is that all she is?
She is. She's an
Oh my
Anatolian
gosh.
Shepherd, so she's going to be a big girl.
Callahan takes a strike. It's second and third for Idaho Falls, 2 away. Stroop at third, Elefante at second. Now, I know dogs naturally will be baseball fans. Any ball.
They really are.
What about the two of you? Have you been baseball fans long?
Okay, for myself, my husband loves baseball. So I kind of just ride on his little coattails figuring out how amazing this game is. And then I can just fake it till I make it is what really happens. So I act like I know exactly what's going on, but I just look for his lead and then follow, whether it be cheering or, haggling or anything that I do. I just kind of follow his lead, but I make it look, like I know what I'm doing. Tommy, how about you?
I love baseball. My youngest son he played for a team called the Mud Hens when he was younger, and they took it all the way to the highest level they could go in their little region, and it was great. And I love baseball. I love being out in it and watching it. It's America's sport.
That's brilliant. But here's a base hit to right for Callahan. 1 run will score. They'll hold the trailing runner. This ball slightly gets away from the first baseman, Carreño. It's a single for Callahan. Coming in to score is Stroop. It's an RBI for Callahan. Elefante goes to third, and that's another unearned run. That's now 6 unearned runs. Or excuse me, make that 6 runs total, 5 of which are unearned for Jesus Rios. Highland Piguero, the pitching coach, is going to come out and have a quick chat with Rios.
I mean, just right there, I knew everything you were saying. I knew exactly what you were talking about. So,
let me ask you this as well. Your organization is here tabling. How important is this day to you to come to the stadium, and how does it help further your cause?
Yeah, that's a good question for me because I do education and outreach, and the power lies with educating people and how they can help, and that there's a perfect dog in a rescue that people can look at before they look anywhere else. And you don't necessarily see our rescue everywhere you go because we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So getting here and letting people know that, hey, we exist, look us up, spread the word about us, allows us to save more lives, rescue more dogs, get them in homes. And, in addition to that, some people that maybe aren't ready for a dog, but they would love to volunteer, they can come out and give our dogs a lot of attention and a lot of socialization, which they've lacked. So education is just such a massive component, and letting everybody out there know that we exist, to look us up, to figure out what we're all about, to come on out and visit, take a tour, volunteer, adopt. So we're very, very thankful for any of these nights that we can get to spread our joy for what we're doing.
And you talk about education. I had no idea that the mill, you said business was regulated. I had no idea.
It is. Yep. It's governed under the Department of Agriculture, and there are, the Animal Welfare Act is basically kind of a guideline, and then it's really up to states to help enforce those. So there are some states like our state that does actually a pretty good job with animal welfare, and there are other states that just need some support, some encouragement, some guidance, some coaching to go to the right direction, and those are the states that we visit the most and have the most need for us.
This is a base hit to right for Rick Phillips. Coming in to score is Elefante. And with 2 outs and with the error in this inning, that's going to be another unearned run for Jesus Rios. Down to second goes Callahan. It's now 7-0. Here's Steve Barmakian standing at the plate for his 3rd at-bat in this ballgame. What are some of the things, there's something right there, but as far as the general public is concerned, what do we maybe have to know more about the process? And something else I was going to ask, and this is
I actually have got you. I've got you.
This is the beauty of live sports.
I love it. Yeah, you're doing a lot here, and I'm just sitting here with a dog in my lap. So I think I've got you. So really what we would ask people to do is, if they're interested in a dog, look at a rescue. If it's not us, or if we don't have a dog that maybe you're looking for, look around. We would ask that everybody that is interested in getting a dog research where you're getting that dog from, and make sure that it is a place that is treating these animals like they deserve. Ask those questions. Anybody that's doing good by a dog is going to love the questions, love the visits, love the research, and honor the fact that that's what you're doing. Research the breed is a great one, Tommy. Thank you. So we have a lot of Huskies here, and they're just stunning. But a bored Husky is a destructive Husky. They'll help remodel your house. I mean, if you want a hole in a drywall to go from one place to another very quickly, they will help you do that. But yeah, just kind of knowing a little bit about the breeds, because then that's also going to decrease the return rate of dogs, or dogs that kind of get left or abandoned or released. It's usually a lot of times because people didn't necessarily know what they were getting themselves into. So, and that's part of why we do interviews before in the adoption process. We have you come in and meet the dog and spend time with them to see if this is going to be the next family member.
And I've just remembered where that train is back in the station now.
Whoop, whoop.
One more question before we let you go. And the Vibes are getting a pitching change. Francisco Cabrera going to the bullpen after that RBI by Steve Barmakian. It's 8-0 Chukars. My last question for Joni Williams and Tommy Evans of the National Mill Dog Rescue is with your organization, as opposed to maybe a shelter or a pound or something. What different kinds of dogs? What condition of dogs? What do you see come into your organization?
That is a really good question. So we are going to get all ages, because what happens is if a dog is not financially beneficial to a breeder, they're not going to want them and they're not going to want to give veterinary care. So we will get dogs from puppies to seniors. We get a ton of small breeds in, which makes us pretty unique. We're going to get a lot of different shepherds and bigger dogs, such as Shiba Inus, Huskies, Great Danes. We really get a very wide range of breeds. And just when I think I've seen it all, we get some Dobermans in, or some different types of breeds. So it's really whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for young, old, kind of in the middle of the road, if you're looking for big, small, hypoallergenic, or an active dog, we do get all of those kiddos into our rescue. Now, that said, they've never had veterinary care, and the majority of them have only ever lived in a cage before their entire lives. So we have a behavior specialist that really hits up socialization, working on that heart, healing that heart of theirs. And then we have the best veterinary care, and they stay very, very, very busy. Dentals, mammary tumors, spays, neuters, a lot of eye and ear issues, some previously broken bones or broken jaws that haven't healed correctly. But thankfully, we have our own vet clinic, and we have an amazing staff that makes these dogs a priority.
Well, that's fantastic. And again, one more time for folks who want to get involved, the easiest ways to reach out and find you.
Please, nmdr.org. That stands for National Mill Dog Rescue. And just go on and look us up. We're on social media as well. You can follow us on Facebook to see live offloads and dogs get their first blankets, and see what kind of fun stuff we have coming up. Like the dog jog that we are doing on June 11th in Cottonwood Creek Park. It's a big fundraiser. So you can come out, walk, jog, dance, skip your way through. We've got vendors, food trucks. So those of you that aren't big walkers or joggers, you might be big shoppers. So come to the vendors.
You talk about having a behavioral specialist. For folks, obviously, if you love dogs, you might have a dog of your own. Is that something where the dogs need to be introduced before you adopt a dog? Or
Yeah, so that's what we do. We'll bring in, if you have a dog at home, we'll bring that dog in, and we'll see kind of what that looks like. Now, our dogs actually love and thrive with other dogs, but sometimes you'll see that different connection, and that really helps you snag the right one.
2 men on for Matt Feinstein. This is Jose Mora, the new pitcher, into the ball game. Runners at second and at first. 2 outs in the inning. Mora trying to end this long top of the third. It's a line drive to center field. Looks like this inning will continue at least one more batter. They're going to send the runner around third. He will score. It's an RBI single for Matt Feinstein. Scoring on the play is Rick Phillips. Well, if I could grab this mic, I'd love to see if Scarlett has anything to say. Would you like to say anything, Scarlett, or not a big fan of the microphone, maybe?
Scarlett says she's positively thankful for being here.
I guess I walked into that pun, which is okay. This is Steve Barmakian for his 4th at-bat. The Chukars have now batted around here, the 10th man at the plate. 9-0 Idaho Falls. But there are dogs in this booth, and there are dogs at the ballpark. And if you are here at the ballpark listening, come by the table of the National Mill Dog Rescue and fall in love with one of these dogs, maybe take one home. We do allow dogs here at the ballpark, which is another great thing. I believe dog tickets are $2. Is that right, Kay Goodell? $2, and it's donated back to the Humane Society of the Pikes Peak region. And if the microphone didn't quite catch that, the $2 dog ticket, that money is donated back to the Humane Society. This is a ball hit to left field by Hunter Hiskey. Another man scores. It is now 10-0. Well, I hate to see Scarlett go, but I'm going to let you both go. You can head back to your table to continue work. Thank you so much, Tommy and Joni and Scarlett, for stopping by, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having us. Really appreciate having a great night here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's National Mill Dog Rescue. Please make sure that you check them out and help them out as well. And we appreciate their partnership with the Rocky Mountain Vibes. This is Brady West. Brady West bats, 2 men on, 2 away. First pitch is inside. This is an extended 3rd inning. 6 runs have come in for Idaho Falls. Hit out to left and out of play. Last night we went 4 hours and 5 minutes. It's what happens when 26 runs score in a ball game and 30 hits between 2 teams. Deep to left. Under it is Hernandez. Inning over. 6 runs in for Idaho Falls. We head to the bottom of inning number 3. It's 10-0 Chukars. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to UC Health Park. It's the bottom of inning number 3, and it's Joshua Esparza getting his first at-bat. He'll be followed by Paul Carreño and Jesus Rabago. While it was nice to have a dog in the booth for an extended period of time, it was not so nice that it came in the top of an inning instead of a bottom of an inning. 6 runs in for Idaho Falls in the 3rd. It's 10-0 Chukars. Esparza takes inside. It's 2-0. Made his return after coming off the IL last night. He took an 0 for 4. There's strike 1. Daniel Silva looking for his first win of the season, but he will need to get through the 5th. It was something last night's starter Joe Slocum was not able to do. Keegan McGinnis took the win last night out of the bullpen. Joe Slocum only went 4 2/3 innings. And as a starter, you got to go all 5. The 3-1. Popped up. The sun is now hidden. Hiskey going over. Still going over. He makes the catch. A foul pop out to the first baseman, Hiskey. And there's one away. Hiskey now an everyday first baseman. 4 catchers are listed on this Idaho Falls roster, but Hunter Hiskey now the everyday first baseman for Idaho Falls. Not quite an everyday first baseman, but Paul Carreño is doing a decent job over there in the absence of Caleb Marquez. You'd really love to get Marquez's bat in there, but as we saw yesterday, when he was able to get on base, he just could not get around the bases very well. 2 hopper to Callahan, to Hiskey, 2 away. Well, Daniel Silva has faced the minimum. He's allowed 2 hits, though. Diaz in the first singled, was caught stealing, and then Ulysses Cantu on a ball that had the makings of a home run, fell about 3 feet short. He tried to stretch 2 into 3 and was thrown out. Jesus Rabago takes strike 1. Rabago, the only position player who did not feature in last night's ball game. Much too early on that one. It's foul. Rabago batting .261, no home runs, and 4 RBI. Julian Lara was the catcher last night and was replaced 6 innings in by Ida Rosales. We believe that was just to get Rosales some time in the field, as opposed to any injury on Lara. Weak ground ball toward third, charging his Stroop. He backhands, he throws, and Hiskey keeps his foot on the bag. 5-3. The inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Vibes. And we head to the top of inning number 4. It's 10-0 Idaho Falls. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Top of the fourth inning here at UC Health Park. Tyler Peterson live from Colorado Springs. It's Vibes Baseball on YouTube. It's 10-0 Idaho Falls, however. This is Dusty Stroop, the third baseman. Incidentally, a Dusty Stroop is also my favorite type of pastry. First pitch is a strike on the outside. Jose Mora still in the ballgame after getting the last out in the third. He did allow 2 runs in on Rios' line. This is hit to left. It's sinking, and Hernandez is going to play that on a hop. Well, for Jesus Rios, it's a tough line to interrogate. He goes 2 2/3. He allows 6 hits. He allows 10 runs, but he only has 1 earned run. And I had to double check my math, and sure enough, 3 runs in the first, all unearned, and then all 6 runs in the third, also unearned. All came with 2 outs after an error. He walked 3 batters, and he struck out 3 batters. Chukars have 9 hits in total. And this is hit foul down the right field line. Troyer maybe about a yard away from extra bases. The 1-1 to Troyer, he takes high. Jose Mora, at one point, was leading this team in ERA out of the bullpen. But that accolade now belongs to Tommy Caulfield, who had a really, really nice night out of the bullpen yesterday. Pop up over the press box, over the suites, and out of the stadium. Tommy Caulfield pitched the final 2 2/3. He worked around 4 hits and a walk, did not allow a single run, and struck out 2 batters. He has the best ERA on the team, the best qualified ERA on the team, I should say, at 3.97. 2-2, fought off by Troyer. Miguel Pozo, who we really have not seen him that much. He's only appeared in 3 games, but he has not allowed a run yet. The 2-2 to Troyer. Takes high, it's 3-2. And Mora visually angry at himself. It's a full count to Troyer with Stroop at first after the leadoff single. And that's ball 4. That'll bring up the switch hitting catcher, Kevin Elefante.
Number 49, Kevin Elefante.
It's a great asset to have a switch hitting catcher. Switch hitters in general are not easy to come by in the Pioneer League. He bats left against the right-handed pitching Mora, and he fouls the first pitch straight back. Two men on, nobody out here in the top of inning number 4. Elefante, a swing and a miss. 0 for 1 is Kevin Elefante. Struck out against Jesus Rios in the second. Walked and later scored in the third. Swing and a tap at the plate. Elefante able to stay alive. Tomorrow is our Thirsty Thursday at the ballpark. Discounted refreshments, I understand. And then our first Fireworks Friday of the year. We're going to bring out those cool baby blue Springs jerseys. Elefante all sorts of confused there. He strikes out against Mora. First strikeout for Jose. And that'll bring up Eric Callahan.
Shortstop, number 26, Eric Howard.
We are expecting a sellout for Friday, is what I understand. So I would buy tickets now if you're interested in coming to that ball game. First pitch, a strike at the top of the zone. And then Saturday, it's our Army versus Air Force night. I understand we're going to have some howitzers pregame. Might have a volley or two. That will be fun to see. And, of course, the servicemen and servicewomen will be here supporting both Army and Air Force. And we had a great interview with the member of the Air Force last night, Scott Arcuri. Popped up behind first. Carreño over. Does he have a play? Not quite. Into the tunnel area where the Vibes come out of their clubhouse. And that area is out of play. Or looking into Rabago. Another 0-2. Much too high. Callahan's been on twice. He's walked and singled. Hit a run in, scored twice, stole a base. Infield is playing back and behind the runners. Callahan to right field. That's a base hit. Billy Gardner Jr. will hold the runner at third. Nice throw from Diaz. He may have been holding him either way. Callahan's second hit. The bases are loaded. And now here's Rick Phillips.
Right fielder, number 15, Rick Phillips.
Rick Phillips, a strikeout and a RBI single. Bases are juiced. 10 hits now for Idaho Falls. And the first pitch from Mora is outside. Nothing Idaho Falls here in the top of the fourth. Appreciate all the folks watching right now. Shout out to Steve Thayer, Cheryl Thayer. The 1-0. Nice breaking ball to get back in the count, 1-1. On deck, the top of the order, Steve Barmakian. Steve Barmakian has a single in the first, a single in the second, a single in the third. Phillips takes low. It's a pretty good tease pitch at the very least by Mora. Two one is high. And Mora right now, you can see he's upset on the mound. Sometimes it's good to show emotion. I would say this emotion is definitely frustration. He might not be getting on top of the pitches the way he wants to. Three-one, up the middle, a base hit. They're going to hold up the runner going from second to third. RBI single for Rick Phillips. It's station-to-station baseball here for Idaho Falls. It's the second RBI single for Rick Phillips. To third goes Troyer, and to second goes Callahan. And that'll bring up Steve Barmakian.
Left fielder, number 23, Steve Barmakian.
Bases are still loaded. They're going to bring in Binder at third. He will play even with the bag. Rest of the infield plays back, and this is a nice stop there from Rabago to keep that in front of him. 11-0 Idaho Falls on 11 hits, helped with 3 Vibes errors. This one's out of play and will become a souvenir. One to Barmakian on the corner, strike 2. Rest of the Pioneer League now in action. Got a pretty good game in Grand Junction. It's 6-4 Rockies over the Hawks. That's bottom of 4. This one weakly hit to first base coach Caden White. In Ogden, it's Raptors 4, Northern Colorado Owls 2. That's in the bottom of the 3rd. And in Great Falls, the best team in the Pioneer League is trailing 6-0 to the Glacier Range Riders, who are on a 6-game losing streak. Ground ball to first. It gets by Carreño. It missed Rick Phillips as well. It nearly hit him. It's an RBI single for Barmakian. Steve Barmakian has 4 singles, 1 in each of the first 4 innings. Troyer comes across the plate. Callahan moves to third, Phillips to second. And now Matt Feinstein. It's 12-0 Idaho Falls. Strike 1 to Feinstein. Pop out, fly out, RBI single. Strike 2 to Matt Feinstein. Quick go-to to Feinstein. More to the plate. Feinstein out to right over his Diaz toward the bullpen, into the bullpen, and just into the first row of the picnic terrace. If someone was sitting at that first table, they would have got themselves a foul ball, or at least had a chance to catch it. Everyone's going to jog back to their positions. The 0-2, Feinstein foul. One other game in the Pioneer League, it's Billings and Missoula in Missoula. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Mustangs. Swing and a miss. Feinstein strikes out. It's the second strikeout of the inning for Mora. And there's now 2 away.
First baseman, number 33, Hunter Hiskey.
4 hits in the inning, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Here's Hunter Hiskey. Hiskey is 1 for 3. Reached on an error in the first, flied to right for an out, and singled. Ground ball to Carreño, past Carreño, into right. A single for Hiskey. Everybody will move up 90 feet. Looks like Paul Carreño might have had a play on that, but he pulled his glove back. And now Francisco Cabrera is going to come out, and we might get our second pitching change of the night. Departing is Mora. We'll let you know who's coming in. We'll take a break here on YouTube. You're watching Vibes Baseball. Hey, folks, we weren't kidding. There are dogs on the concourse all around. Of course, we had that interview with the National Mill Dog Rescue. New pitcher for the Vibes is number 41, Johnny Morrell. He'll face Brady West, the designated hitter, and he will try to get out of this 4th inning. Bases are loaded, 2 away. The first pitch, hit to right center. That's down. Might be extra bases. It's going to score 2. It's going to score 3. West on his way. He is going to have a stand-up triple. He decides to slide. It's all the same to him, though. He brings in 3. Scoring is Phillips. Scoring is Barmakian. Scoring is Hiskey. Brady West, a double and a triple. And on one pitch, the night is officially now over for Jose Mora, as Morrell allows all 3 of his base runners to score. First pitch inside to Dusty Stroop. Mora goes 1 full inning, allows 6 hits. 6 runs, all earned, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Take it back, he actually allowed 7 hits. Stroop 1 for 3. And that's high as well. Johnny Morell is 24 years old. From Riverside, California. Drafted out of high school, out of Basha High in Central Arizona. It's in the Phoenix metro area, I know that much. Drafted by the Angels in the 31st round of the 2016 draft. Strike two to Stroop. Johnny Morell was actually an Orem Owl, so he is a Pioneer League veteran. Was pitching in other indie leagues the last 2 seasons, out in Napa and San Rafael in California and Houston in Texas. High pop-up behind home plate, and will even get over the sweets and out of play. 16-0 Chukars here in the top of the 4th. It's a full count, 3-2, 2 outs with Brady West at third. Inside, off the glove of the catcher Rabago, and West will not try to score. It's a walk. Well, I am at my limit right now for columns in my scorebook. I only have 2 extra, and this is the second time the Chukars have batted around. The 11th man to come to the plate in the 4th is Sam Troyer. First and third, 2 away. Troyer takes a called strike one at 89. Johnny Morell was in camp with the Vibes last year, never actually pitched for them. And that's past the dive of the third baseman Binder into left field. It's an RBI single for Troyer. Scoring is West. That's Morell's runner. He gives up his first run of the night. Over to second is Stroop. And this is a 7-run inning now.
Number 49, Eric Elefante.
Kevin Elefante, 2 strikeouts and a walk. He's 0 for 2. Three in the first for Idaho Falls, 1 in the second, 6 in the third, 7 in the fourth. One is there, good for strike two. Elefante wants to be sure he makes contact, or else he'll end up with the hat trick tonight. Ground ball up the middle, base hits. They're going to send Stroop home. It's a single for Elefante. It's the inning of the single. 7 singles here in the fourth. Down to second moves Troyer. It's an 8-run fourth.
Shortstop, number 26, Eric Callahan.
It's easy to get down on yourself when you're mired in a somewhat extended losing streak and you find yourself down big to a team, but In baseball, they tell you have a short memory. Pick it up and go out there the next day. This is hit to left. It's hit fairly deep. Back is Hernandez. He leaps. He cannot get it. 1 run scores. They're going to hold up. The runner going to third, Elefante. RBI double for Eric Callahan. And it is now 19-0. And that'll get a visit from the pitching coach, Hylan Peguero. Like we said, it's easy to get down on yourself. They tell you have a short memory, but right now it's a little easier said than done to have a short memory. You just want to get the one win. And right now for Rocky Mountain, it does not appear that this game will be that one.
Right fielder, number 15, Rick Phillips.
This is Rick Phillips, the 9th place hitter. First pitch curveball is strike 1. Phillips chases. It's 0-2. Nine runs in here in the top of the 4th. Second and third are the base runners. An 0-2 count on Phillips at the plate. That's strike 3. The inning finally is over. 9 runs come in for Idaho Falls. We head to the bottom of inning number 4. It's 19-0. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the fourth inning, 19-0 Idaho Falls. Welcome back to Colorado Springs. Tyler Peterson inside the booth. You at home, maybe on your phone, maybe on your TV, on your tablet, in VR. Maybe you're watching us through astral projection. It's ball one to Brandon Perez. Daniel Silva still on the mound. He's faced the minimum through 3. He's allowed 2 hits. His pitch is low. In the NBA Finals, it's a 12-point lead for the Boston Celtics at the half. 68-56. Boston over Golden State. I think we may see Gary Chukars widen his strike zone from here on out. Perez to right center. This will be 1. This will be more as he hustles into second. Rick Phillips able to cut it off. I was trying to see whether Perez was going to take that wide turn, and he indeed did. Leadoff double for Perez. And here's Gio Diaz. That's Caleb Marquez serving as first base coach tonight. I don't think we'll see Marquez at any point during this game. Diaz singled in the first. He's swinging a very, very hot bat. Man at second, nobody out. And that's down low. The second extra base hit for the Vibes. A double for Cantu in the second. Now a double for Perez. Ground ball toward third. Stroop waits for the hop. Throws out Diaz at first. And now here's Dominic Hernandez. One away here in the bottom of inning number 4. Perez at second in a 19-0 ball game. Ground ball, foul. And the score will maybe loosen these hitters up a little bit. You might see a couple of these Vibes just going up there and trying to put a charge into one. They'll be swinging. Hernandez, a weak number towards short. Callahan is going to pick it up, sling it to first in time. To third goes Perez. He did his best job to try to upset Callahan by getting in the way of the view of the ball. Now with 2 outs and a runner at third, it's Cantu. Ulysses had that high arcing shot to left that fell on the left field warning track. Vibes looking to get on the board. They have not been shut out this year, and they do not want to start tonight. That's low to Cantu, 2-1. I was talking to our PA man, Jake Ross, who calls the baseball games for UCCS. And he said that Daniel Silva, who was a major part of their postseason run in 2021, when he left, there was as he described it, a big gap left, both as far as leadership in the clubhouse and as far as a force at the top of the rotation. That's a walk to Cantu, the first walk allowed by Silva tonight. And that'll bring up Dallas Binder. Binder struck out looking in the second. Ground ball up the middle. Callahan flips to the second baseman, Troyer, and the inning is over. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of inning number 5, 19-0. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Top of inning number 5, it's 19-0 Idaho Falls. Welcome back inside our broadcast booth. Tyler Peterson. And you are folks out there, out in the U.S., maybe you're down south, bienvenidos if you're in Mexico. If you're in Monclova. First pitch inside is Steve Barmakian. Barmakian is 4 for 4 today. A single in the first, a single in the second, a single in the third, and, you guessed it, a single in the fourth. 3 RBI, 3 runs. Tie 2-0. I want to acknowledge a couple viewers checking in with me. Chris, Hunter, and Tony. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. This is fouled away by Barmakian. Now, I'm sure this has never been done in baseball history, but Barmakian, as of now, is on pace for it. Surely there's no one who has gotten a hit in every single inning. Well, it won't happen tonight. Oh, excuse me, that's only strike 2 on Barmakian. So maybe it will still happen tonight. Top of the order, Barmakian, Feinstein, and Hiskey. Choke up from Barmakian. He swings and misses. Rabago will finish out the strikeout. That's going to go strikeout, 2 to 3 putout. It's the second strikeout. And that'll bring up Matt Feinstein.
Number 17, Matt Feinstein.
Here's Feinstein. And the first pitch is in for strike 1. Line drive to center field. That's a base hit. Wasn't all that far away from shortstop Brandon Perez, but must have had too much pace on it for him to get over for. It's going to be the 18th hit for Idaho Falls.
First baseman, number 33, Hunter Hiskey.
Johnny Morrell might be out there for the long haul. Bullpen is empty. And I'm sure they want to get an extended look at Morrell. This will be pitch 28 he throws. Two 2-0 to Hiskey, who has 2 hits in the ballgame. If a pitch is close, Gary Chachowski will call it a strike. There it is. Hiskey from Lee's Summit, Missouri. He's 26 years old. Broken bat towards center field. In as a center fielder. He is going to dive and miss it. Came up just a touch short. It's the 3rd hit for Hiskey. And the 20th for the Chukars. I take it back. It's the 19th. You'll have to forgive me, folks. My scorebook is... I've used a lot of graphite tonight, let's say that. Here's Brady West, the DH. Double and a triple for Brady. That's down low. He's scored 3 runs. He's walked. He's flied to left field. First and second are the base runners, 1 away here in the top of the 5th. It gets away from Rabago, but no one will move up. And that's more of a sportsmanship thing than a strategy thing. 2-0. Heads up. Press box as that goes onto the concourse, and I think somebody made a nice play. Just to the left of our press box. Two and one. West takes high. Crowd a little smaller than last night. We're expecting big crowds on Friday and Saturday, though, and especially Friday, our first fireworks night. I would encourage you, if you're interested in coming to the fireworks game, to head over to vibesbaseball.com and secure them now. We are expecting a sellout on Friday. The 3-2 is high, and the bases are loaded.
Third baseman, number 13, Dusty Stroop.
Dusty Stroop, the Chukars' third baseman, bats with the bases loaded and one out in the fifth. The first pitch, a strike on the outside. Slightly off the glove of Rabago. Sort of pats his chest to say, hey, my bad, Johnny. It was Jesus Rios, then Jose Mora, now Johnny Morel. And there are more Jays in the bullpen as well. We have not seen Jorge Leo yet. He arrived on the team yesterday. Jorge Leo, 24 years old, from Mexico. Ground ball to Perez. He boots it, picks it up, throws to second. It's a fielder's choice for Dusty Stroop. He picks up an RBI. Hiskey to third. West out 6-4 at second.
Second baseman, number 11, Sam Troyer.
Here's Troyer. Two outs in the inning. It's first and third. Line drive to left. That's a base hit. That'll get down. Hernandez picks it up, throws it in. It's the now 20th run. The 21st run for Idaho Falls. The 20th came on the fielder's choice when Feinstein scored. Hiskey scores.
Catcher, number 49, Kevin Alfonte.
21-0. Here's Elefante. That's high. One and two the count to the catcher, Elefante. Morel to the plate. That swung on and missed. Held on by Rabago. The inning is over. 2 more runs for Idaho Falls. They now lead 21-0 as we head to the bottom of inning number 5. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. That walk-up music can only mean one thing. It's Miguel Tejada Jr. leading it off for Rocky Mountain here in the bottom of the 5th in a 21-0 game. We are 2 hours and 6 minutes in, and the first pitch is lined past Dusty Stroop for a single into left field. Tejada smoked that one. And that'll bring up Joshua Esparza. Esparza still looking for his first hit since coming off the IL. Swing and fouled into the stands. And someone on the concourse, almost made a nice play. He still comes up with the ball, though. The 0-1 to Esparza. He swings and misses. For Daniel Silva, he's at 52 pitches. Now, I'm sure he wants to pitch as long as he will be allowed to, but he just needs to get through this inning to be eligible for a decision. As one might imagine, Tejada not being held on at first. He could just take second on a defensive indifference. Ground ball to the shortstop, Callahan. Troyer for 1. On to first to Hiskey for 2. A 6-4-3 double play. And very quickly, 2 away.
Number 27, Paul.
Silva's just faced 2 over the minimum. He's allowed 4 hits. Walked 1 batter. And the first pitch to Carreño is outside. Well, we certainly hope we'll see Caleb Marquez back sooner than later. What a force he was, especially at the beginning of the year. That 2-home run game against Glacier. The Vibes' lone win on the season, that 12-11 ball game. 2 strikes now on Carreño. And for Paul, he's going to have to expand his zone. Swings and misses, and that's the inning. Silva does get through 5, sets the Vibes down in order. First man who singled erased on the double play. We head to the top of inning number 6 now, still 21-0 Idaho Falls. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube.
For the Chukars, shortstop number 26, Eric Callahan.
Eric Callahan into the box here in the top of inning number 6. Welcome back to our ball game. Tyler Peterson behind the mic. First pitch to Callahan is swung on and tipped into the glove of Rabago. No changes on the Vibes side as far as I know. All the position players still at their same positions, and Johnny Morrell still on the mound. Strike 2. Morrell is getting an extended look. And that's a nice pitch for strike 3. To credit his line, he has struck out 4 batters. He does have, so far, As I go through the innings, 5 earned runs on his line. The 9th place hitter, Phillips, at the dish. 2 for 4, 2 RBI singles, and 2 strikeouts. Take another tour of the Pioneer League. It's now 7-6 in Grand Junction. That game in the bottom of the 6th between Boise and Grand Junction. Ground ball under the glove of Morel, backhanded by Cantu. He's going to throw in time. A nice play to get Rick Phillips. Best play from Cantu, a natural third baseman playing at second tonight. It looks like the Range Riders will break their losing streak. Don't count out the Great Falls Voyagers yet. It's 8-0 Range Riders. That game in the bottom of the 6th in Great Falls. Last night, the Range Riders scored in the top of the 9th to take the lead on Great Falls. It looked like they were going to end their streak last night, but then Great Falls came back in the bottom of the 9th, and they won again. Their Pioneer League best 10th win last night. Barmakian takes outside. Barmakian getting his 6th at-bat here in the 6th inning. 4 for 5. Four singles, 3 runs, and 2 RBI. Morel about to throw pitch 57. It's a nice breaking ball for strike 2. Ogden now ahead 11-5 on the Owls. That game in the top of the 5th at Lindquist Field in Ogden. Swing and a miss for Barmakian. He strikes out. It's the 5th strikeout for Morel, and for the first time tonight, the Chukars are kept off the board. 1-2-3 goes Idaho Falls in the 6th. We head to the bottom half of the 6th, 21-0 Chukars. You're watching Vibes Baseball. Bottom of the 6th inning, Jesus Rabago to lead it off for the Vibes. 9-1-2. Rabago, Perez, and Diaz to face Daniel Silva. First pitch is fouled out of play. It's still 21-0. A nice hand to get in a casino, but not a great hand if you're behind in a baseball game. Rabago gets under this one, hits it on top of the press box. This might roll back, actually. And I don't think it will, actually. Unfortunate for the folks who have stuck around. Rabago up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman Troyer. He throws in time. Credit Troyer, who was busting it up the middle. Now here's Perez. One other game update around the Pioneer League. Billings, 3-2 lead over Missoula. Game in the top of the 5th. Perez out of play. Take a look around Major League Baseball now. The Braves, a 13-2 whacking of the Oakland Athletics. Two-hopper into the glove of the shortstop Callahan. He throws on, and there's 2 away. It was a Major League start for Jared Koenig for the Oakland A's, and he will take the loss home tonight. 3-1, the Tigers beat the Pirates. That game at PNC Park. First win of the year for Will Vest. So he'll wear that one nicely. Royals 8, Blue Jays 4. Royals get their 18th win of the season. Brady Singer, his 3rd win. Richards takes the loss. Mariners 6-3 over the Astros. Ground ball foul. Marlins win 2-1 in 10 innings over the Washington Nationals. Jesus Aguilar with a walk-off in the 10th. In interleague play, the Rays beat the Cardinals 11-3. Corey Kluber, his 3rd win. I find it kind of interesting now, interleague play. There was such an advantage for National League teams when they would come to the American League, get the DH. And then when American League teams would come to National League parks, they'd lose the DH, and it was always advantage National League. Well, now, with the universal DH, it almost doesn't matter anymore if it's interleague play or not. Diaz needs a new piece of lumber. It's 2-2. With 2 outs here in the top, or rather the bottom of the 6th, 21-0. Twins 8, Yankees 1. That game also final. Hey, Chris Archer working his way back. He picks up his 1st win of the year. He's now 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Diaz, another 2-hit night. One other final for you. Dodgers 4, White Sox 1. That game in Chicago. Tony Gonsolin is 7-0 with a 1.58 ERA. He picks up the win tonight. 10 starts for Gonsolin. He's got 7 wins out of it. Hernandez behind first. Hiskey into foul territory. Over the shoulder, he makes the catch. A foul pop-up to the first baseman, and that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the 7th inning. It's still 21-0 Idaho Falls. New pitcher out of the bullpen for Francisco Cabrera here in the top of inning number 7. Welcome back to our ball game. It's 21-0 Idaho Falls. Matt Feinstein will bat. Jesus Valenzuela makes his second home appearance in back-to-back days. We've had Jesus Rios and Jesus Valenzuela both in the same game. It's a big name to live up to. Quick 0-2 on Feinstein, who has 2 hits. A quick 0-3 to Matt Feinstein. First strikeout for Valenzuela. The line for Johnny Morrell. 2 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Hiskey, deep butt, out of play. Vibes have retired 5 straight Chukars, 4 of them via the strikeout. It's the longest such stretch in this ball game that they've retired that many players. Well, Valenzuela, unlike last night when he gave up 4 hits and 4 runs, he looks good through these first 5. All 5 have been strikes. Ground ball. Cantu to Carreño. And there's 2 away. That's 6 straight Chukars retired now by Vibes pitching. Valenzuela just added to the team during the most recent road trip. He's from Los Mochis in Mexico. 26 years old. He's been with a couple different teams in the Mexican Baseball League. West, foul off the top of the suites, back down into the seats. I think one of our Vibes staff picked up that baseball. Strike two, and Valenzuela pouring them in right now. 8 pitches, 8 strikes. Played for Diablos Rojos del Mexico, I should say. That's in the dirt in his first ball of the game. That's a team based either out of or close to Mexico City. He pitched this year for the big league club in Monclova. He pitched in 7 ball games, even had a save, but had an issue giving up runs, an ERA of 11.57. Just outside. So I'm sure the big league club is very interested in getting Valenzuela as much work as possible here with the Vibes so that he can be a part of Monclova's season. This is out to left. Hernandez will have to hurry in. He's going to race in, make the catch. And for the second straight inning, the Chukars are retired 1-2-3. Bottom of the 7th, 21-0 Idaho Falls. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the 7th after a good stretch. Feels good. 21-0 Idaho Falls. Ulysses Cantu against Daniel Silva. And a big swing and a miss by Cantu. 9-point game in Boston. Celtics lead 100-91. That game with 9 minutes left in the 4th, so still a lot of time. Two-hopper to Callahan. Scoops it. Throws it, and there's one away. It's the first time Cantu has been retired tonight. Silva's given up 5 hits through this game, but never more than 1 hit in any inning. One in the first, one in the second, one in the fourth, one in the fifth, one in the sixth. And the Vibes have not pushed across a run yet. Bender passed the glove of Stroop into left field, and now he's given up one hit here in the sixth. Or excuse me, the seventh.
Designated hitter, number 29, Miguel Tejada.
And I'll bring up Tejada. Elsewhere, for games still going on in Major League Baseball, the Rockies and Giants, a game of local interest. That's in the bottom of inning number 5 in San Francisco. It's a 1-1 ball game. Diamondbacks lead the Reds 6-0 after 8 as Tejada swings through this one. Rangers and the Guardians. They're playing in Cleveland. It's 4-0 Guardians. That game in the top of the 8th. Down low to Tejada. And then the Los Angeles Angels, on a 13-game losing streak, they are tied scoreless in the 5th, home against the Red Sox. Outside to Tejada. One last game still in play. It's Padres 7, Mets nothing. That game heading to the top of the 5th. Down at Petco Park. The 2-1, that's hit foul down the first base line. Runner on first, that's Dallas Binder. 2-1 count to Tejada. Off the nub of the bat into right field. That's a base hit right off the end for Tejada, and that's good for his second hit of the game. That's the kind of ball where, had the second baseman Troyer not been shading up the middle for a potential double play, probably would have caught that one on the fly, if not stopped it in front of him, but he had to go far to his left, gave a decent effort at it. But Tejada with his second hit, and now here's Joshua Esparza. First pitch way inside, and Esparza offers. He's really looking for a hit. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Last night, came off the IL last night. Count evens 1-1. A little more than 2.5 hours into this ball game. The bottom of the 7th, 21-0 Chukars. That's into left field, a base hit, and for Esparza, finally a base hit. Here comes Binder. The throw is late. The throw into third is late. It's a single for Esparza. Good for him. That's an RBI as well. And the Vibes will not be shut out for the first time this season. It's 21-1.
Number 27, Paul Carreño.
And that'll bring up Paul Carreño. Someone warming in that Idaho Falls bullpen. That looks like Damon Ellis. One-time starter. Idaho Falls is going with a 6-man rotation. But right now, those 6 men are Silva, Jake Binder, Sam Kornstad, Ramsey Romano, Jack DeCenzo, and last night's starter, Joe Slocum. Carreño to left. Going back, now coming in is Barmakian, and he can't catch it. It's a single for Carreño. Boy, off the bat, I didn't think it was that far, but Barmakian really broke back to left field and then had to come running in. Couldn't make the catch. It's the second run for the Vibes. Give Carreño RBI number 7 on the season, and that'll bring out pitching coach Bob Malachy. Probably to get Damon Ellis a little bit more time to get warm. It'll be first and second for Jesus Rabago, who is 0 for 2. 4 straight singles for Rocky Mountain. It's a 21-2 ball game. Infielders playing behind the runners. Rabago to left. Is it fair? It is. It's going to be at least 2 for Rabago. It's going to score both runners. Right down the line, Jesus Rabago brings in both Esparza and Carreño. Give him 2 RBI. He's got his first hit tonight. It's 5 straight hits. Billy Gardner Jr. is coming out. And Daniel Silva, 6 scoreless innings, but now has given up 4 runs here in the 7th. We will get a pitching change. We will take a break. We'll see you back on the other side. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Back inside UC Health Park, the new pitcher for the Idaho Falls Chukars. It's the righty Damon Ellis, 6'2" 205 from Detroit, Michigan. Acquired via trade with the Great Falls Voyagers right before the deadline last year. He pitches in relief of Daniel Silva, who goes 6 1/3 innings, allows 10 hits, 5 of those coming in this 7th. So far, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 1, he struck out 5. Perez bats with Rabago at second. 1 away, 4 runs in, 5 straight hits for Rocky Mountain. First pitch is a strike. It's now 11-0 Glacier over Great Falls in the 7th. A home run from, this is a great new name in the Pioneer League, Vinny Bologna. And I'm not making that up. Bologna. I'm going to say Bologna. Another great new name that I saw on a box score is a pitcher in Billings. His name is Al Pesto. So Vinny Bologna and Al Pesto. For any Italian Americans listening to this, believe me, I'm not making up those names. Over his Hiskey, he has no play. This is into the stands. It's getting down to crunch time now in the NBA Finals, Game 3, with the series tied 1-1. It's an 11-point lead for the Celtics, just under 6 minutes to go. Perez a mighty cut, but he comes up empty. And that's a strikeout for Damon Ellis.
Number 16,
Gio Diaz came into this game batting .404 with 19 hits and 47 at-bats. He has 2 more hits tonight, and no matter what he does in this at-bat, he's going to raise that .404 batting average. First pitch is close enough to be a strike. Only player tonight with a multi-hit game. Ground ball toward the second baseman, Troyer. Gets the 3-hopper, throws to Hiskey, and the inning is over. So Damon Ellis comes in, gets 2 quick outs, but 4 runs for the Vibes on 5 hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the top of inning number 8, 21-4. The Vibes trail. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Top of the 8th inning. 2 innings to go in our ball game tonight. A new pitcher on the mound. It's Miguel Pozo. This is only Pozo's 4th appearance. He's gone 5 innings, allowed 5 hits, 1 run, but it was unearned. So he's got a perfect, clean ERA of 0.00. And he looks to keep it that way. He will try to go the final 2 innings of this ballgame. Dusty Stroop, the first batter to the plate. Fastball at 94, down low. Next pitch, fastball again, 94 on the inside. Miguel Pozo from Montecristi in the Dominican Republic. 22 years old. Spent 2 seasons in the organization of the Washington Nationals. 1 year in the Dominican Summer League, 1 year in the Gulf Coast League. This gets away from Robago, back to the screen. It's ball 1. Had a really, really nice 2018 year in the Dominican Summer League. He made 11 starts, 12 games overall. ERA of 3.55 in 50 2/3 innings. Swing and a miss, and a beauty of an off-speed pitch. Now, he hasn't pitched a whole lot, but from the time he is in there, Pozo has been impressive. It's a tough pitch to see for the first time on 2 strikes, and that hits Sam Troyer in the back. So a base runner here in the top of the 8th for Idaho Falls. It's the first hit batsman by either club tonight.
Your attention, pinch hitting for the Chukars, number 6, Hunter Hudson.
And we get our first substitution for the Chukars, Hunter Hudson. He's another switch hitting catcher. Get a conversation between Robago and Pozo. This is our first look at Hunter Hudson in this series. He hits for Elefante. Let's learn a little bit more about him. Played college baseball at Seminole State Junior College and Tarleton State University. And we have a balk. A balk called by the third base umpire, Cody Allenbrand. So runner in scoring position now. A hit by pitch and a balk gets Troyer to second. And now this gets past Robago, but Troyer will not move over. Or we would have had a third different way that Troyer had advanced 90 feet. 2-1. Pozo to the plate, a swing and a miss. When it's on the target, it's hard to hit. The 1-2 is swung on and lined in the glove of Carreño. Back to second goes Troyer. Hudson is retired. There's 2 out in the inning. Eric Callahan, the shortstop, bats. Walked, singled, doubled, struck out. He's 3 for 4. Might be pretty much over now in Boston. It's a 14-point game with 2 minutes left. Celtics leading 114 to 100. First pitch at 93 at the top of the zone. Strike 1. Rockies still not in a 1-1 ball game in the 7th in San Francisco. That's into right field. That's a base hit. Charging is Diaz. They're going to have to hold Troyer. It's a single for Callahan. It's his 4th hit. First and third for Rick Phillips. That's hit number 21 now for Idaho Falls. 21 runs on 21 hits. For the Vibes, it's 4 runs on 10 hits. Nice breaking ball for strike. Rick Phillips is from Reynoldsburg, Ohio. 6'2", 185. And that's strike 3. Pozo, his second strikeout of the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 21-4. The Vibes trail. You're watching Vibes Baseball here on YouTube. Bottom of the 8th, Hernandez Cantu Binder to face Damon Ellis, and Hernandez goes right back up the middle for a solid base hit. 11th hit for Rocky Mountain. That'll bring up Ulysses Cantu. Damon Ellis for Idaho Falls last year was 3-3 in 7 starts. He was 5-1 for Great Falls in 11 starts, so overall 8-4 in the Pioneer League season last year. Strike 1 to Cantu. Cantu is 1 for 2, a double and a walk and a ground out. Nearly had a home run earlier. Hunter Hudson has stayed in the ball game. He is now the new Chukar catcher. Game started by Kevin Elefante. Does Cantu go? No, says the first base umpire, William Berger. Damon Ellis went to Cleary University. That's in Michigan. That's strike 3 on Cantu. And that'll bring up Dallas Binder. 25 runs and 32 hits and 3 errors combined in this ballgame. It's 21-4 Idaho Falls. Runner at first. 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 8. Half swing by Binder. No appeal from the catcher Hudson. Well, now he'll ask for it, and no, says Berger again. The 1-0 to Binder. Another half swing. No appeal this time at all from Hudson. It's 2-0. Ellis this year, his 3rd appearance. He did start a game for Idaho Falls, and he is a starter by trade. ERA of 7.71. This is hit to center. It had a pretty good sound. Back is the center fielder. Feinstein still going back. He makes the catch right on the track. Spins around, throws it back in. It's out number 2.
Designated hitter, number 29, Miguel Tejada Jr.
Earlier in the ball game, that one would have had a chance. But as Mike Kruger would say, that's just a big league hang with him. Two outs now for Tejada. 2 hits in the game for Tejada. Strike 1, 92 from Ellis. That's a foul and a very adamant call from Gary Chachowski saying that Tejada was still in the box when the ball hit him. Of course, if Tejada were not in the box when the ball hit him, then that would be a out. Would have gone 2 unassisted. Tejada takes high, 1-2. All 4 runs for the Vibes came in the bottom of the 7th. That's fouled back off of the glove of Hudson. Half swing for Tejada. Hernandez is going to take second on the wild pitch. The first wild pitch of the game from the Chukars staff. Runner at second for Tejada here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, a 2-2 count. Ellis's kick. Tejada swings and misses, chases a high fastball. Third strikeout for Ellis on the night. Second in the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors. 1 man left on base. We head to the final frame, the 9th. On the other side, you're watching Vibes Baseball. Top of the 9th inning, Miguel Pozo to face the top of the order, Steve Barmakian, Matt Feinstein, and Hunter Hiskey. It's 21-4. The Chukars lead the Vibes. Pozo a clean 8th. He's looking for a clean 9th. Barmakian up the middle. It's through into center field. And for Steve Barmakian, his 5th single of the night. That'll help the old batting average. Here's Feinstein.
Center fielder number 17, Matt Feinstein.
Feinstein, 2 hits in 6 at-bats. 2 singles. It's a relatively quiet night for him. One and one. I'd like to thank all the good folks at Visua, Lena Nelson, our cameraman Hayden Everhart. Special thanks to Enda Mangan, who is not here tonight, but will be back with us tomorrow. And a gentleman filling in on first base, I believe his name is Rob as well. They're the ones putting this together. And I'm just the handsome face you don't get to see behind the mic. 2-2 to Feinstein. That's fouled back to the screen. Nobody out here in the top of the ninth. It's Barmakian at first in a 21-4 ball game. Feinstein takes low, and that was a good take from Feinstein. That was the breaking ball from Pozo. I think the Chukars will only be wearing their burgundies for this whole series. All right, this baseball is up for grabs in the stands. We've got a convergence of 3 youngsters. Now the question is, where did it go? I think it went down the player's tunnel. They're going to search for it. I think they're going to come up empty, however. Feinstein off the hands to center field. In is the center fielder, Esparza. He makes the catch, 1 away. Hunter Hiskey will get one more at bat in this ball game. He has 3 hits. He scored 3 runs and driven in 1 man. Three hours and 10 minutes into our ball game tonight. We started at 6:34. It is now 9:44 Mountain Daylight Time. The 0-1, Hiskey to center field. Esparza coming in. He'll catch it on the fly. He was playing shallow, and it paid off. 2 away. Potentially the last batter for the Chukars tonight. It's Brady West. Probably the biggest hit of the night for Idaho Falls came off the bat of West, who hit a 3-run triple in the 4th inning. It was the first batter faced by Johnny Morrell. West takes a strike. Well, West can't be picky right now. If it's close, if he wants to, he'll have to take a swing at it. And now it's 0-2. Pozo set. Half swing. We're going to peel to second. No. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss. Pozo, perfect. Still on the season. We head to the bottom of the ninth, 21-4, Chukars. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the ninth, it's Joshua Esparza, Paul Carreño, and Jesus Rabago in a 21-4 ball game. Damon Ellis trying to finish this one off in his third inning of work out of the bullpen. It will not be a full 3 innings for Damon Ellis. If he does finish this ball game, it will only be 2 2/3, which will be 1 out shy of a save. Not the strongest swing Joshua's ever taken there. It's 0-2. He'll feel good about that RBI single, though, that he had in the 7th. You're always waiting for that first hit when you come back off of the injured list. To right. Back is Phillips. Turning. Over his head. Esparza is going to have an extra base hit. He's got a leadoff double. As I look south, I can see lightning in the distance.
Number 27, Paul Carreño.
It can stay down there for all I care. Stay right down there and not come up here. Paul Carreño, the first baseman. Swing and a miss. 1 for 3. Had an RBI single in the 7th. That Esparza hit the 12th. Tapped at the plate. Foul off of Carreño. Oh, 2. Chases this one, but that'll go on to the concourse and bounce over the merchandise stand and out of play. Handful of fans who have stuck around all the way to this last inning. Well, somehow Carreño fouled that pitch off. I'm not exactly sure how. It stays 0-2. Maybe about 20 fans or so still in their seats. Ground ball to third, backing up is Stroop, waits for the good hop. And the throw on to first. One out now for Rabago. Had a 2-run double in the 7th. Scored runs 3 and 4 for Rocky Mountain. Ellis to the plate. It's over the head of Rabago. And he ducks down out of the way. Just off the glove, or rather, just off the bat of Rabago. Watching back the first pitch of this at bat, I'm actually extremely impressed that Hunter Hudson was able to catch that ball, much less get any part of his glove on it. Rabago chases a high fastball. It's 1-2. Set is Ellis. And that's down low. That's high again. It's now a full count. Last night's game was 4 hours and 5 minutes. This game, strangely enough, will not even get close to being as long as yesterday's. And that's ball 4. Now, I say that. Look, if the Vibes want to go out and score 18 runs, I'm all for it. I doubt that will happen here with 1 out in the 9th. Two men on, 1 man out for Brandon Perez. He swings and fouls it at the plate. 0-1. The losing streak will go to 11 after this game. Just got to get out of it. Turn the momentum around. They will try again tomorrow to get back into the win column. High to Perez. 34 pitches now for Damon Ellis. As I said last night, if the Vibes want to have a tangible goal here in the 9th inning, it's get somebody up in that bullpen for Idaho Falls. One and 2 to Perez. And we have timeout at home. That was a little bit awkward from Damon, but a late call from Hunter Hudson. Damon Ellis shook off Hunter Hudson about 4 times. You know, there was no time called where the umpire puts his hands up. This is out of play. Gary Chukars just sort of stood up. One and 2. Swing and a miss by Perez. Third strikeout for Damon Ellis. And now the Vibes are down to their last out. Gio Diaz, I got to say it, if he keeps playing the way he is, I don't think he's going to be staying in the Pioneer League much longer. He's not a big guy, and a lot of times when you're drafted or when you're signed, you got to pass an eye test. You're not as big sometimes. Folks might doubt you, and you got to sort of prove that your baseball talent is more than just height and weight. Hit to right field. That's going to get down fair. Diaz, 3 hits, and now an RBI. Stay hot, young fella. Scoring is Esparza. To third is Rabago. And Diaz. 3 singles. 21-5 here in the bottom of inning number 9. First and third for Dominique Hernandez. He is 1 for 4. That pitch is in the dirt. Now 2-0 to Hernandez. Cantu's on deck. He'd love to get one last shot here. RBI spot for Hernandez, who is the team leader in RBI. He has 11. Swing and a miss. Maybe got handcuffed just a bit. One run in here in the 9th. Ellis to the plate. That's high. It's 2-1. Hernandez, a ground ball to Hopper, and dropped by Callahan, and there's no play. And E6. Callahan might have had 1 foot already in the shower. Diaz goes to second. Rabago scores. High drive to the outfield. Not deep. In is Feinstein. And that's the ball game. 21-6, our final. We'll come back after a short break, and we'll wrap this up on our post-game show. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to UC Health Park. Tyler Peterson live in the broadcast booth. The final score tonight, Idaho Falls 21, Rocky Mountain Vibes 6. 21 runs on 22 hits and an error for Idaho Falls. 6 runs on 13 hits and 3 errors for Rocky Mountain. The winning pitcher is Daniel Silva. He is now 1-1. The loser is Jesus Rios. He is 0-4. Time of tonight's game was 3 hours and 26 minutes before a crowd of 801 fans. Well, for the Vibes, it was trouble early on. They were down 21-0 after 5 innings. Scored 6 runs late. Once again, fall well short. The losing streak extends to 11 in a row, and they are going to have to try to put it again together tomorrow to break somewhat of a little curse they have on them here in the start of the 2022 season. Miguel Pozo, sharp out of the bullpen. 2 innings. He allowed 2 hits, no runs, no walks. He struck out 3. He hit a batter and had a balk, but he keeps a perfect, clean ERA of 0.00 on the season. Gio Diaz, 3 hits and an RBI. He continues to hit the ball all over the field at the top of the lineup. He is batting well over 400 now. We invite you to join us tomorrow for our next game, 6:30 p.m. first pitch, as was tonight, as was the previous night, here live on YouTube. For Melina, Hayden, Enda, and Rob, our Visua and camera staff, for Don Arcuri, who is not here tonight, I'm Tyler Peterson. I want to thank you for tuning in. Again, the final score, Chukars 21, Vibes 6. Please have a good rest of your night.